So last Thursday night, I was driving home and I got pulled over by a cop. I was told that my license was suspended. I was really confused about what the hell was going on, so I ended up having to park my car and get a ride home. The next day, we made a bunch of calls trying to figure out what was going on. Now, the car I currently drive right now, we bought that, I believe, it was March 11th, and we traded my old car in and gave the title in same date. We traded that in like March 11th. Something happened on April 3rd with my old car that caused $5,000 worth of damages. Now, the car, this was a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks after I'd given the car up that someone caused $5,000 worth of damage in it. And now I'm paying the consequence for it. I had to go to court today for this. It was an arraignment. It was the pre-thing. I actually have to go to court for the full thing on October 31st. And I have all kinds of, paperwork from the dealership that proves, I didn't even have the car at the time. And still, to this day right now, they can't tell me what that $5,000 worth of damages is. I'm sitting here in a court in front of a judge, and they can't even tell me what they're convicting me over. It's some kind of conspiracy, I believe. Someone is conspiring against me. This whole thing has been set up against me. So in the meantime, because of this, I haven't been able to drive, which also means I haven't been able to work. I had found one way that I felt confident working and one thing I was successful at, and now that's been taken away from me. I'm going to have to start looking for other forms of work. Something definitely close enough that I can walk to, because the town I live in, there's not busing or there's not, transportation or anything like that. So I don't have any money right now. And things are pretty rough right now, but thankfully we live with some people that are very supportive. That's a very big support system. And it's fucking bullshit that people can be. I remember even being a child and talking in school about people being framed for stuff, and seeing and knowing at a very young age that within the court system people are framed for stuff. And no one seemed to give a shit about stuff like that. No one looked at stuff like that in reality. They were just too blinded and brainwashed. I felt like at a very young age, I remember always having fears of being, set up and framed, and basically people being put through what's known as inside jobs or false flag operations. When someone else does something and then blames it on you. And I'm sitting here and, they're giving me a court date and talking about, all these consequences, yet they can't tell me what that $5,000 was. And I'm like, what kind of order is there in this fucking court and this system? When you're convicting someone, you can't even tell them. I'm sitting here the whole fucking time, seeing police officers thinking, why would anyone want to be a fucking cop? Why would anyone want to be involved in the fucking legal system? It's a bunch of fucking sheeps not questioning anything, convicting people, and just doing what the fuck they're told. And having that kind of submissive attitude is why we live in the world we do. Just doing what the fuck we're told and not questioning. You're not thinking of another way to fucking do shit. This kind of shit happens when, people get blamed for something they didn't do. And the justice system doesn't give a fuck. And does not stop it. I think that's really all I have to say about this right now. Actually, no, I got a few other things. The way I try to look at this right now is just maybe this is a message from Creator that maybe I'm not supposed to be driving right now. Maybe I'm not supposed to be driving for work. Because we had an incident recently in the household where some of the other people in the household, both of their cars broke down at the same time. And they kind of saw that as divine intervention, that if they would have went out, something may have happened that may have been, a very bad accident. Maybe something's keeping me from something worse happening right now. And this is just the way things have to be. Regardless of that, still with the fucking court system and the corruption, I called this a long time ago. I called this since the fucking early 90s, that people are framed all the time. And you can't even get a proper explanation on what the fuck actually happened. And when you're set up, no one gives a shit. It's corrupt fucking bullshit. The fucking court system. Someone else, a dealership, can do something like this to someone. I had no involvement in this, and they're not even going to fucking get theirs. They're going to get away fucking free with this. And this type of shit happens all the time. People are fucking set up. But I trust in Creator, and He will make sure things turn out the way they are and the way they should be. And I think that's all I have for right now.